Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there. And welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
Yeah,
God
it is.
Damn it.
You fucking pussy.
It's a show we sit down with your favorite comedians. We find out they grew up classy or if they're absolute trash. And I got two real fucking trash bags in the studio today. I got garbage bag number 1 and garbage bag number 2 over there. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day down here at Aunt Tootie's basement. I don't got fucking Jimmy Legs Ryan next to me. He's across the table from me because this is a bonus episode.
Patreon.
That's right here on the Patreon for you folks. We love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting the show. And we got a hot one for you today. My co-host coming at you from across the table. Same ugly mug that he usually has with him. Staring at him for the rest of my life. Give it up for Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
Which ain't that long, by the way.
His heart pills are pretty good, I'll tell you that.
Snorting them?
Ever since they told me that one artery could be blocked, I felt like it hurts. I know that's psychosomatic.
Sure.
Or just psycho.
Yeah. I mean, you just dropped that bomb on this Patreon level. You've only ever talked about it on Hard Feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so nobody knows what you're talking about is what I'm saying. You got some bad news from the doc.
I didn't get bad news.
It ain't good.
He didn't ask to go in a short house with me or nothing like that.
Split a dime share with you.
Split a dime bag with me.
Yeah, we got a hot one today. As you know, we like to keep it fresh, a little different, give you something that everybody else ain't getting, right? That's what we do around here. T-Bone.
That's how we do it.
Shout out to T-Bone, by the way. You left T-Bone high and dry.
I did not leave T-Bone high and dry. I was waiting for you to throw it back to me after you did your little spiel, which you normally do. Then I go to T-Bone on the bonus episode.
Okay.
All right? You're driving around like you're at the fucking mall. You don't know what's going on. Strap in. Juice up.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, you still didn't go to him. What the fuck?
I thought I was waiting for you. Give me a nice big shout out to our producer extraordinaire, good friend of mine, good buddy of mine. I like this guy. This guy not so
Yeah,
much.
here we go.
Give it up for Toby McMullen, everybody.
What up?
Got the mic back.
I just want to say, a little peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, T-Bone.
We've been going through it over here.
Yeah.
Sure we
Kids
have.
are going through it.
My girl, let the Patreons know. My girl getting a little cancer treatment.
Okay.
Not vibes are high though. Moving in the right direction.
Okay.
And big shout out to fucking Kippy, jumping into Premiere, handling the edits, fucking making the moves, making it happen.
That's why I'm the CEO, baby.
Audio was a little off, not going to lie.
Yeah,
but
so were your jokes.
That's Zoom though, dude. That's the Zoom you don't want me to talk about it. Because it's going to get real in the weeds. I'm talking about frame rates and why Zoom sucks ass.
Listen, we got into, personally, we're a little hemmed up over here. We're trying to fucking get the content coming out. You guys have been fucking cool with it. We're trying to keep our heads above water. You know what I mean? Keep the lights on over here at Tootie's.
I just did something. Only one ear. I can only hear myself out of one ear.
I think that's a stroke. There's nothing should be wrong. That's impossible. Do you really only hear yourself?
Yeah,
out
I only
of one
hear
ear?
myself out of one ear. Hang on 1 second. Keep the show up in the air like you normally do.
What do you? Who even knows what you're doing over there?
There we go.
How
I
is
fixed it? I fixed it. Again, I saved the podcast.
Here we go. Yeah,
You can't save something that you broke.
that's his life is trying to convince you of that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Now get on with the show,
Hey, guys,
Baldy.
I super glued this chair back together. Yeah, but your fat ass broke it.
I put a donut on the car. It's like, yeah, you slashed the tire.
That's coming soon, though. I've been waiting for the chair to go on its own.
We can reinforce it.
Let's maybe we'll get a good
Get some stainless steel, some titanium plates under there for
maybe
you.
we'll get a good pratfall out of it.
Maybe
You
we'll
know
just
what I mean?
get a
Fat fall.
get your rascal to zoom around in,
Just pull right
which
up.
isn't far away, I might add.
I thought about that. It's not. That is far away because this is all going to be. It's going to get better soon. I would assume from what I've been doing physically, which has been a lot more. So I assume it's going to start.
You walked 4 blocks with me today.
I walked 4 blocks the other day.
You complained every block too, but we walked.
I also felt like I was going to pass out a couple of times too because now it's all in my head. Like all I said was I was going to the fucking cardiologist. This is a little bit of hard feelings, but I said, okay, I told the doctor, I wanted to go to the cardiologist because I'm overweight and fucking, sometimes I get out of breath, but I know that's because I'm fucking overweight. But now, like, that's a thing. The fact that I get out of breath when I walk up steps, they think it's my heart. And I'm like, I think it's just that I'm fat.
Could be. I would argue a combination of both if I had to guess.
I mean, I fucking knocked it out of the park with the fucking stress test. I was on the fucking treadmill for 5 minutes going full blast.
That's not knocking it out of the park.
Now they got me on
that
this.
Shouldn't. If that's the park, you got to switch parks.
I'm just saying, I didn't drop dead of it. My heart didn't explode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it shouldn't.
I'm aware
You shouldn't
of
be
that.
bragging that you walked on a treadmill for 5 minutes.
I ran uphill on a treadmill.
You didn't
for 5
run.
minutes.
You said you walked at an incline.
I was trudging.
And also, they said it was a brisk walk. I was on a treadmill.
I was walking. It wasn't easy.
Yeah, we've covered
I'm
some of
just
this in
saying,
hard
now-
feelings. We're treading over.
Now they have me on the heart medication, and now I feel like there's something wrong with me. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah.
Plus,
yeah.
it slows my heart rate down. This fucking guy down here, I don't know what I'm going to do with him.
It's like when I take the Propecia. You can fucking hit this thing with a blowtorch. Nothing's happening.
Fuck, I got Deed's dick over here.
Yeah.
We've said that before. Anyway, gang, we're here for a fucking bonus episode. We love you guys very much. Today, we're going to do the top 20.
Ranking the 20 worst American cars
Ooh.
ever made. And I might have owned a couple of them.
Maybe driving one right
yeah,
now.
the Ryan and the Sullivans know their way around the shitty automobile.
I remember, now I know you're going to shit on me. I didn't have a car or whatever. But I remember the first time seeing the Montego.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking, man, that's a weird car for a guy to have. That's just what I remember. It's just a weird.
You know what else is a weird car for a guy to have when you're 45 and you have your mom's car?
There we go. I knew it was coming.
That's also a weird car.
But I blend in with regular society. You're driving like you're on The Sims or something. That thing's a weird whip.
It's a normal coupe, not a coupe. What's
It's
it?
not.
Sedan. It's a
not.
normal car. I'm
Nah,
telling you.
It's strange looking.
I don't know what's strange about it.
It's the Uber for stepped on coke car. Like, it's just bad drug car.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not saying it's a good
Wait,
car.
I'm trying to get that connection. Uber for stepped on coke.
Toby's out to lunch. He doesn't know what's going on.
My life is in shambles.
It's the
And you
Uber-
can't laugh at it. You know? What are you going to do? Huh? Laughter's the best medicine.
The Uber.
I'm struggling.
This kid needs a good night's sleep and a cup of coffee.
No, yeah, my car, it's an old person's car. They got I have a 2006, 2005 Mercury Montego, and it's an older person's car. They made the same Taurus and like the Chrysler.
Which, honestly,
there was like a handful of cars that all look exactly the same, and they're like a big sedan for old people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I never knew anybody. There was a couple.
But it's aged out of what like when it came out, it was people were like, "Oh, it's a normal looking," but then the body's changed completely, so it looks out of place now. Yeah.
Yes, but I've never known.
Back in the day, it was an all right ride.
There's certain car manufacturers that just would never even be considered in my household.
Like what?
Like an Oldsmobile. That would never happen.
I got a Mercury. It's not an Oldsmobile.
A Mercury's on that list too. I'd have to buy I think my dad entertained buying a Mercury Cougar in the 80s, but those were pretty sweet.
The Cougars stunk.
No, they were real nice.
No, they tried to redo those in the 90s too, or the 2000s. My buddy
Trash?
had one, the Coug. Yeah, it was every fucking...
The Coug.
That's what we called it as a joke.
It's like stepped on coke at an Uber rally.
Yeah, no, they were like they were cars for like, they were always dirty on the inside. It was like girls with like bad
Hold on.
bleached
Bobby,
hair.
Bobby Bacala drove one in the fucking
I'm saying
Sopranos.
they redid them in the 2000s.
okay.
I'm looking at the Mercury Cougar for the first time. This car is we have Mustang at home.
What?
It's like I want a Mustang, and it's like we have Mustangs at home.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Mercury Cougar.
Mm.
This
Yeah.
thing stinks.
They were pretty cool back in the day. Be that as it may, a Mercury, an Oldsmobile.
This is the Mercury Cougar of like recent. That thing. Yeah. It's like every
the fuck out of here.
chick's got an STD driving that thing.
License plate says chlamydia. Saturn.
Yeah, who the fuck's buying a
A
Saturn?
Kia.
A Daewoo.
But Daewoo.
Daewoo's hit. Because they were always under like 10 grand for a brand new fully loaded.
I gotta
like,
tell you,
doing
a Mercury's on that list. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fine.
I never knew anyone under 55 to drive an Oldsmobile.
No, or a Buick's the same thing. The Buick, like if you're driving a Buick, those things, they're old people's cars for sure. I have an old person's car.
A friend of mine went out and bought a new car. And he's got kids and shit. He does well, and it was a Buick. I was like, what are you doing?
I think my mom has a Buick now.
Yeah, I'll give it to you now.
She's older, yeah.
Give it to you now. Get
and they're
whatever.
they're like nicer SUV. Like they're nice SUVs, fully loaded, all leather.
They just look weird, and when you get in there and you look at like the stereo and the console, you're like, what is this, fucking Russian? What's going on?
It looks a little spaceshipy when you're in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like my car, I don't know. I got a fucking CD. I don't know what I'm looking at. I got old school, but I do have that analog clock that's pretty classy.
It is classy.
It's a classy analog
It's in
clock.
like mahogany. It's
yeah,
nice.
it's nice. I got some fake wood in there. It's at the time you got in, you were like, it's got the lights under the mirrors. That was big at the time. Also, I was coming from a 95 Chevy Lumina, so like it was an upgrade.
That ain't good.
No.
All right, let's get into it here.
Some of these are before my time. Obviously, you would know them a little bit better, but they're like notoriously bad cars. Coming in at number 20 is the 1975 Ford Pinto.
Of course,
That's
everybody
like
shit on a Pinto.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I can see that.
But that was like big. The fuel tank was in the wrong place, and it would blow up when they got in like fender benders. They were just fucking puffing up.
If you got rear-ended and fucking kaboom.
I was stopped. Well, now you're fried.
All right. That's going real back. Pinto.
Yeah, I mean 75.
Who do you think's watching this?
I don't. That's the list.
Nixon.
Well, that's how old you are.
What?
You were born in what, 76?
76.
Yeah, so it's not that crazy for
true.
you to know somebody with a Pinto.
No.
Or a listener. The show ain't just for me and you, fathead.
Fair enough.
The next one is big, dude. This thing, my buddy's dad's had them. The 1996 Ford Explorer. That body.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a bad car?
I guess so. It was the best-selling models of Ford, one of the best-selling models of Ford ever. Problems with the tires that I remember this. Several deaths in accident. I remember that.
What?
Yeah, there was something wrong with there was recalls on the tires.
Oh man, you got a recall. You're
and they
struggling.
They did. Well, they recalled it, but they had sold so many that they were like, and people were fucking crashing.
I remember that with the 4Runner. Remember 4Runners for a little while, the Toyota?
They flipped or something, right?
They flipped. Buddy, you could make a fucking left turn at fucking a mile an hour. You'd be fucking holding on like you were on the Gravitron.
They were like micro machines, those things. You feel like you could just pick it up and like chug it along the street.
No. Those things were real fucking wobbly. I don't know if they had like extra fucking springs in the axles or what.
It's like the Flintstones car with an order of ribs.
Yeah, dude. My uncle had one for a minute. And I remember him going around the corner one time, like just slow. And like, dude, I was like, yo, fucking.
Center of gravity's high on them bad boys.
Hey, drop me off at Nifty 50s, will you? I'll wait for the bus.
Wait, is Nifty 50s national or that's local?
I don't know. Let's hope not. Keep it a good Philadelphia secret.
Shout out to Nifty 50s.
Yo,
Love a good 50s diner, man.
I'm losing my mind over here. What was the? It was like a knockoff Jeep. It was like small, very Matchbox car-y. It was called like the Raptor or
RAV4.
Not a RAV4 because RAV4 is more legitimate. There was an even
the Bronchiosaurus.
There was an even shittier one.
Hold on, that's the most garbage
What did
statement
you say?
anyone's ever said. The RAV4 was legitimate.
Yeah, legitimately a
If you
piece
were
of
selling,
shit.
if you were selling crystal, yeah.
This is gonna drive me nuts, dude.
The Outback,
No. It was something like the Wizard.
Geo Tracker.
The Geo fucking
The Wizard, he said. The Wizard. Give me the Wizard. I gave you the money.
the Geo Tracker.
The Tracker was bad.
They both came out at the same time.
I remember
both fucking garbage.
Holy shit, that thing is a golf cart, dude.
The only person I ever knew that drove a RAV4 or Geo Tracker was somebody that was a little bit older than us that's for some reason worked a job that high school kids worked, and she was fucking one of the guys.
Yeah, so that's the Geo Tracker. There was this
And a single mom.
There was this dude that had one. When we were like, let's call it 14, 15, probably, this kid who was like 18 or 19 would hang out with like the girl, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know exactly how old he was, But he would hang out with the girls our age, and we'd be like, this guy's a fucking dork. And he drove but he was like the guy with a car, you know what I mean, hanging out with young chicks.
You guys didn't stomp him? I would have stomped him.
We never saw him. We would see him, but I remember I remember at one point we saw him. He was like looking at us or something. I wanted to be like, dude, I will come over and fucking cow tip your car right now if you fucking mean mug me one more time.
Yeah, no shit.
I will fucking flip your shit, dude. Get out of here. Fucking mugging me in your purple Geo Tracker. Hit the fucking bricks.
I knew a chick who taught at community theater who flunked out of fucking New York, drove a Geo Tracker, bro.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man, that's a tough car.
That thing sucks.
That's
ass.
fucking trash. But the Explorer, wow.
Well, I think it's because the tires. They were fucking ghosting people. Yeah, it said it had to break its Ford had to break its 100-year relationship with the company that produced their tires. Yeah.
Who was
U-Haul was involved. It was everybody.
U-Haul?
They were using the same tires.
Mm.
Yeah. Or something. Yeah, I don't know. It was a mess. I remember that.
Sounds fishy.
Yeah. My brother-in-law had one. Everybody had that fucking car.
We had the Jimmy for a while.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. I knew this was a hunk of shit. The second I laid eyes on it, I'm like, this thing sucks.
The Jimmy and the Blazer, that they all had the same
Oh.
fucking chassis. They were the same thing with like one had a little bit more fucking bells and whistles.
The problem
on it.
with the Jimmy is that the chassis or the whatever underneath, the frame of the
Chassis,
car
yeah.
was too strong for the car. It was like too much.
What?
Yeah, it was weird.
This car's too strong for its own good.
It was like too heavy or something like that.
Wait, the name of the car is Jimmy?
You never heard of a Jimmy? A GMC Jimmy?
You never heard of a Jimmy?
My mom used to, when we had money.
We had sprinkles growing up.
Sprinkles. My mom, while they had money. I was in college, probably out of college, and she had a fucking Bravada. Do you remember those? Dude, that was even worse than that was like the Jimmy's lazy cousin.
That's Asian. That's Asian dad car right there. The Bravada. I swear to any Asian friend I had when I was
Bravada?
a kid, they would roll up in either those or the Aerostar van, the white ones.
That's on here, I think.
Dude,
Those Aerostar vans were they were like spaceships, dude.
those things suck.
Yeah, Chinese dads love a nice minivan.
They did,
Yeah.
They loved it. Used to always scoop us all up.
We used to valet.
Shout out to Mr. Kim. I love you, buddy.
We used to valet, and that was always like you could stereotype certain people based on their cars.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like a single mom or like a whatever. And Asian dudes and Russians always loved a nice minivan. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bravada.
Man, that thing stunk, dude.
Denise got her groove back, huh?
I'd be getting off on an exit on 95. You could just feel the two fucking tires lifting up on the left side. That thing was dicey.
Couldn't turn left.
You see the Miata coming, it's like, ooh, we got a corporate lesbian.
All right, number 18. This is an old one, too. The 1975 AMC Pacer. That's before my time.
Yeah,
But the big
AMC.
window in the back. It's kind of cool looking,
Let me see.
I'll give you that. They got that big, like, wrap-around window. It's kind of like a
Oh,
mini station
it looks like
wagon.
a Gremlin, like a Wayne's World car.
Yeah. Not too shabby.
Nah, it's not bad at all. You know what? I hate it. I don't know if it's on there, but Jeep or General Motors made like it looked like a water car. It was like a Jeep, but it was like shaped like that, but it had really big tires.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
To
We
see,
were a Jeep family.
it physically makes me sick to see a
Is
car
it
like
newer
this.
or older?
No, this is like 70s and 80s.
Oh, I
It's
wouldn't-
got to be on that list.
Well, we'll see.
We'll find out.
The suspense of podcasting.
Before we dive too deep, is there any shitty car that you legitimately think is cool? That you're like I cognitively I know this is a hunk of shit, but I'm into it.
Well, what's shitty?
Like corny and like stupid looking, or like
Like a
like
poorly
a-
made vehicle.
Like a 99 Honda Civic. I like with the little spoiler on it. I love that shit.
those they're like Fast and Furious made those cool. That's like I get that. That was a run of that. I get that. And like even now you can look back and that would be like if you were into cars, that would be a cool car to have, like, because it's like vintage a little bit at this point. It's 22 years old or whatever, you know.
Like one of my favorite cars is, and I think somebody in the Facebook group also enjoys this vehicle because they posted a picture of it, would be the IROC Z28.
That's so trashy to me.
I know, but that was the cool car when I was a kid and my older cousins they were all driving, that's what everybody wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fucking bitching, man.
To me, that's
Bitchin'?
just the
You're driving.
Oh no!
If you were cruising,
That was bitchy,
It
dude.
was boss.
Yeah.
if you were cruising fucking through the public square in Wilkes-Barre with K-Rock or fucking KRZ FM, whatever the fuck the station was, blasting an IROC Z, you were getting fucking laid.
IROC is the stepdad mobile. Bro.
Yeah, that thing.
Who made
stinks.
that, by the way?
Pontiac, right?
Yeah.
It was in the Trans Am family.
Pontiacs were all right, too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't kick that out of bed. We had a Pontiac. We had a Pontiac like 6,000 or
Well, the thing
600.
about us is we'll
A
only
coupe. We had a
we'll
coupe.
only do American cars.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
Pontiac. Also, I didn't realize that IROC was an acronym.
What do you mean?
IROC stands for International Race of Champions.
Nice.
Yeah. Where everybody's a loser.
Well, your mom's got to pick you up. That's what, dude. That's it.
First one to knock up the babysitter wins.
Or like Knight Rider, what they would say would be a shitty car, but it was. I thought they were really like beautiful. I thought they were like the IROC was gorgeous to look at.
Well, I think a lot of
you hit a bump.
times with cars. Take mine for example. At certain times in history, there's an aesthetic, and then sometimes when a new car comes out, it comes out as things are changing, right? So it's like you look at that now, and it's like a cool car, but like if certain people have it, you're like, that's fucking wonky looking. Like, why would the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, it just misses the time at some points, you know.
Sure.
And you're like, this doesn't look like anything else on the road, and it's not old enough now to be cool.
Right.
You know, it just looks like a piece of shit. And if you don't keep older cars up to date and nice looking,
Real trashy.
it looks, you know, if my car wasn't all crumpled with like the fucking front fender hanging off, it could pass for being like, it's just a whatever. It's an older car, but it's still okay.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
It wouldn't look weird in a movie riding around if the movie was set today. You wouldn't be like, what the fuck is that thing doing?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It would blend in.
It would blend in. But the fact that most people with older cars tend to not have a lot of disposable income. So
Sure.
when something gets crunched up, you leave it.
Sure.
And then it just looks like a piece of shit. Number 17, as you said, the Gremlin.
Yes.
Which is a cool car now. That's now where it's like, dude, that's 50 years old.
It's an antique.
You know what I mean? That's a fucking, you pull up in a Gremlin.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Big
too
babysitter
shabby.
car. Remember
Really?
a couple babysitters having that? Yeah. Did not trust them at all. A Gremlin.
Number 16, these cars were so fucking big. The 1999 Ford Excursion. Remember that?
Oh my God! Yeah, let me see a pic of that. Yeah.
Well, it's one because of it's all crumpled up because of a fucking accident. But the Ford Excursion, it went Explorer, Expedition, and then Excursion. That's like the height of America. We need huge cars.
Yeah, you have goldfish in the seats before you leave the lot.
Oh yeah, that's what everybody tricked it out. It was fucking the TV. That was like a big rapper car.
I like the old Suburbans, the '80s Suburban.
We had with the big chrome front fenders. We had a huge white one. My stepdad
No, this
had.
was the Suburbans. What I understood were like for people who had horses, because any of my friends growing up that had horses.
I think you knew a guy with a horse who drove a Suburban, and you're making the connection that all Suburbans are for.
Well, they always seem like like utility cars or.
That's when they were utility cars.
Yeah.
But me
Toyota
growing up,
trailer.
It was they were always full of like they're full of kids. They're fucking juice boxes everywhere. The whole thing.
Well,
was
that's what
sticky.
happened. The utility, they changed to like sport utility vehicle, and then like all the house moms got it. They're like, I have more than one kid. I need,
Yeah, sure you do.
dumb broads.
Dumb
you
broad.
know.
What are you doing?
Excursions.
Get over here.
We're too big though.
Yes. Still like a Suburban though.
Especially, that's what happened is that hit at the fucking height of the energy crisis. They started rolling that thing out. And it was probably like a 3 miles per gallon city highway.
America's never not gonna be on top.
Oh, dude,
Ouch.
they called it, its nickname called it the Ford Valdez. All right, I'm with you. Okay, now we're
fucked
cooking. I have a different relationship with this because of hip hop. The 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, but
What?
diesel. The Cut Supreme was like a southern car that like.
Wait, what are they saying? That was bad?
Oh, the diesel one maybe. I don't know. Maybe if it's just diesel.
The
But
only
the Cut Supreme is a fucking mean looking
fucking
whip.
Cutlass. Good night.
Put a couple of fucking 100 spokes on that. Good night.
Fucking classy. The only experience I have with diesel was I had 1 or 2 Jewish friends that had the old school diesel Mercedes that they got from like their grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
That was like their first car. And those things were weird to drive in, man. They
Why?
really, because they felt so like Nazi Germany inside of them. You know what I'm talking about? Those old fucking Mercedes that were diesel. They never broke down. They ran forever.
Yeah, I know them, yeah.
But they look real old and real weird.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever. I just don't have the connection. I don't think I've ever been in one.
You ever know anybody who did the diesel conversion to oil?
To the peanut oil or whatever.
Yeah, driving around smelling like
French
fucking
fries
wontons.
and shit. Yeah.
Ew, what? Who did that?
Hippies, bro.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then you like pull up to a McDonald's. You're like, "Hey, can I take your grease tonight?"
Oh my god.
And then you smell like a fucking number 6 on the way to your date. Like
I didn't know people were doing that.
Like a fucking jamoke. Yeah.
I'm surprised Foley's people get in Foley's car. Like, what's that smell? He's like, I converted it to oil.
Running on special sauce. That's straight honey mustard, boys.
There's a guy in my neighborhood who has like a small. He's the super in one of the buildings, and he loves his car because he's always out there hanging out. Right, he's always right by his car. His car's always right at the front of the building. He's out there with the other supers.
Sure,
he's wiping it down. But it's like a tiny. It's not like a Ford Ranger, but it's something like that Chevy S10 or whatever, like the small pickup truck. And he's got it lowered, and it's an electric car. But instead of like being like he made it an electric car, there's just like fucking 25 car batteries in the bed of the truck that like he just has wired up.
Really?
Yeah, and like on the back he has in decals like electric ride or something. I want to be like, this isn't the right way to do this. I don't know what's going on.
What does he do if it rains?
He's got a cover for it. Like he has the tarp that he pulls it over to, like the.
Why, batteries can't get rained on?
I don't think so.
Yeah, electricity and water are no good.
Oh, yeah, duh.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not fucking Albert Einstein over here, but I keep my batteries dry.
Kippy Tesla.
Yeah. All right, 1976. This is yours, too. The Chevy Chevette, which is, you hear in jokes, a Chevette. Yeah. It's a punchline car.
Yeah, that's the Etzel in the 50s. Hey, drives an Etzel.
Exactly. The Chevette is a fucking punchline car. Front engine. Oh, wait.
Front engine.
I thought that was going to be different or something. I'm like, oh, front.
The hell else you put it?
Rear-wheel drive car for the masses. That's what the Chevette was. Simple front engine, rear-wheel drive car for the masses. That's what the Chevette was.
Which it isn't rear-wheel drive anymore. They changed it, right?
The front, I think.
Yeah, because people
only the left of mine works. Just going in circles.
Because they were fishtailing.
It looks like a Pinto.
Yeah, very similar. A lot of those cars back in the that was like, that's what I'm saying. They. Some of those.
It was the same shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. I love this car. Number 13 on the list there, 2004 Dodge Durango. I thought the Durango was an all right car.
That's another one, too. Who the fuck drives a Dodge?
Well, this one's a little different. The original, this is different than the original Durango. This one has like the pointed nose. Yeah, this looks like something Elon Musk would send to Mars.
I don't like that. That's got I just hit a kid look. It does.
With the car?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, they're a little wonky. But the original Durangos dropped. They were like the sportier Jeeps. They were like, I remember them dropping.
Nah, those things are trash.
Nah, they were dope. I'm telling you.
Maybe up in your way, up in Hicksville, wherever you're from.
You're from fucking...
Take that shit on a strip in Bluebell. You fucking laugh you out of town.
This is an old one that I think would be a cool car now by the looks of it. 1965 Chevy Corvair. But again, I feel like that's one of the punchline jokes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But...
It's like something you'd see on comedians in cars.
Exactly. Like I picked this one because he's reliable and he's always there when you need him.
And it's just like my very special guest. Love you, Jerry.
Well, if you were on comedians in cars, Jerry would pick you up in a Geo Tracker fully.
Or a fucking Panzer tank.
This is a city bus, which is the size of my incredibly special guest.
This is the Oscar Mayer mobile.
He just shows up in an ice cream truck.
I wouldn't hate him.
You two just parked out front in fucking beach chairs.
I bet you Jerry likes a Choco Taco as much as the next guy.
Hey, who doesn't? All right, number 11. Then these are all, the 1958 Edsel Corsair.
Yeah, the Etzel.
Oh, yeah. That looks like a fucking dope ride, though.
Didn't work.
What do you mean it?
Yeah, it just didn't
But
work.
it's got the baby blue, the white walls. I could see fucking Billy Joel cruising in this. Don't you worry about the car I'm driving.
I'm not saying you couldn't finger pop somebody in there, but it's not going to get her home.
Yeah.
Break down on you.
I don't know.
Oh god.
It might have taken like a weird gas, like ethanol or something.
Oh,
like
it also says,
I think we have no idea what we're talking about.
sure. The car's grill resembled female genitalia, and it kind of does look like.
Let me see.
Yeah, you can see it. That right there. It would be a labia majora and minora. I don't know. Never seen one, but I turned the lights
I don't
out.
think Menora's one of them.
Yeah, majora and minora.
Are you still into swing music? Have we got a car for you?
Get your khakis on. Let's go.
Finger
Call up
it.
Schultz's dad.
Fingering her Aurora Borealis, huh?
Get the cherry papa daddies and pop some cherries.
There you go. Number 10 is the 2004 Chevy SSR. This is one of those, you won't know it by name. I didn't know it by name. You know what I mean? But when you look at it, you're going to go, bro, if you fucking came to pick me up in this thing, it's the topless.
Oh.
It's like the topless pickup
PT
truck,
Cruiser.
but it's not the PT Cruiser. It looks like a PT Cruiser, but it's a convertible, kind of like a pickup truck.
It's an
too.
orthodontist car right there. That's a divorced orthodontist car right
yeah,
there.
Yeah,
Wow.
Dr. Schreiber.
Oh.
yeah. This car was a convertible and had the engine of a mid-size SUV, so not surprisingly, it had unforgivable handling and drive.
My brain is in a pickle looking at this thing. It's like
tough.
you have to be a man with Botox to drive this thing.
Let's see it again.
But I think when these things hit, that was kind of like cool for a small population of orthodontists and stuff. Like they were like,
Yeah, for like, yeah.
they were always shitty color. They were always like purple and orange and yellow. You couldn't get like a fucking red one of those.
It's for the parents that moved into the 50 and up communities. They were zipping around in them.
And they thought they were hot shit.
Yeah, popping Viagra.
Maybe a pair of driving gloves or something.
Sure.
Let's take it out. I take the car out on Sundays and go for a drive.
Wow.
Listen, put the top up or I give you a wedgie, old man.
Get the fucking French toast going. You're not going anywhere. Go for a drive.
Some of these are a bit shocking. I know this was a punchline on The Office, the 2007 Chrysler Sebring,
Sure.
which looks like a regular sedan, though. What's wrong with that?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. The convertible is where
I learned how to drive in a red Sebring convertible.
you did.
My mom had it, yeah.
Oh my god.
I know. And I left the top down one time to go play poker at my buddy Justin's house. And
Oh no! Did you hear about it? You fucking dork.
no, it
Sebring.
poured. And I had the fucking top down because I thought I was hot shit driving around listening to fucking 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying. I got fucking dumped on. But that's when I found out convertibles are built with a drainage system because that happens.
Sure.
Well, what about the electronics?
It's all like double wrapped or what? I don't fucking know. I don't know. It ended up working fine.
Goddamn, Kippy. You are going to get ripped off for every car you ever buy.
What do you mean?
The electronics, they're double wrapped.
I meant the wiring or whatever. Hey, listen, the Montego doesn't have any electronics.
I mean, I can put
I'm
this,
analog, baby.
You sure I can put this thing in the microwave? Is that true now, huh? Really?
Kippy, I don't think the car is a submarine.
You
Kippy.
shut it, winch.
Kippy, why you drive the car into the bay?
The
huh?
Kippy. The Kippy. The boat is not a... Fuck. Oh, God. Not a U-boat is the joke I'm trying to get at.
It makes you turns, not you both.
You act like you James Blonde. Come on. Kippy.
Does she have a lisp, too? Was she Asian?
James Bond is so funny.
I'm playing with the character.
I'm trying to figure some stuff out. Oh, God.
It's still a fluid process.
But that Sebring that's a fucking sedan, Daddy-O.
It's not bad.
You know, that's like a Ford Focus type thing. 2007 Chrysler Sebring.
It's no fucking Ford Taurus, though. Fucking company car.
Ah, yeah, we had a Taurus, too, growing up.
yeah.
The interior is extremely cheap, with one critic saying it's constructed from parts of 5 different cars that look like the lobby of the Chrysler building. All right, hey.
Give it to you.
Not everybody.
That might be true.
Worst car in the world? I don't... unanimate... I guess it's just bland and a piece of shit is what they're fucking getting at. Number 8, the 2008 Saturn Ion. Which dude... When that dropped, the 2003 Saturn Iron. I was in high school when that dropped, and a super rich kid.
Can I see a picture?
That was cool.
That one wasn't that bad. There's another
What are you
sportier
talking
one.
about?
There's a sportier one of that. That's real fucking lame.
Like it's more SUV kind of. The QB maybe?
No, it's sportier. I don't know how to say it. It's a little bit more sloped. And the stick shifter or the thing, whatever it's
Transformers.
called. the
joystick.
Would look like a fighter pilot's thing.
Are you the manager of a Harris Teeter? Have we got a car for you?
I mean, what's a Harris Teeter?
It's a grocery store.
Oh,
in
this
Florida.
guy with the deep fucking Florida grocers.
Yeah,
Give me the mic cable. Give me the mic cable.
It's also all over North Carolina, South Carolina. Our southern listeners loved it.
What are you, the manager of the Schrogers? Jesus Christ.
What are you working at the Golden Eagle over there?
And this guy's working a night shifts at Publix.
Well, I remember. So 2003, these dropped, and this fucking super rich kid. His dad did some sort of finance. They had this huge house with like a hidden bar, like a room that like the bookcase. It was like these were like super fucking
Illuminati.
rich, super rich, and he got one of these when they dropped. He got a black one, and that was like he was the coolest dude in town for like a couple of weeks.
I do remember them.
Because you were like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because Saturn, I think they were like rebranded. Like Saturns had really sucked. Those little like spaceship Johns that were floating around.
That's what I'm talking about.
Those things really
Yeah,
stunk.
that's what I'm talking
But
about.
that was like 90s. And then they went away, and this was like their fucking reboot into society with this fucking. The commercial was cool. The branding was there. You were like sitting at home on a couch watching America's Funniest Videos going, this is pretty fucking good.
What was the one with the chipmunks that drove?
Scion.
Oh,
Yeah, they never really caught on. That might be on here. I don't know. I used to work.
That's a spray painter's car.
Driving around in a mini fridge.
Yeah, with the a kid I used to work with had one. We drove all the time in it. And
Those things.
the lights,
stunk.
the speakers in the thing, like the 6x9 speakers or whatever, like in the doors, had like the ring light around them that would like go light up to the base of the fucking song. And like, I was at the age where that should have been cool, right? Like I was into hip hop and like lights on cars, the Fast and the Furious, all that shit. And I just remember being like, man, they really missed the fucking mark on this. This is a fucking goober car, dude.
Did you know anybody who had the neon under the car?
No.
Had a Dodge Neon?
No. Like they had the neon lights under the car, like Fast and the Furious, like a Mustang, like a green Mustang with a green light.
There was a
underneath
couple of kids, like not that I'm friends with or maybe my school, but there you would see other kids' cars like in the air. Like there was like a kid with spinners on a Jeep that you would see around, a kid with spinners on an Escalade, and you would be like, oh, did you see like they was like you would see them, you know what I mean? And that was when like cars were like Pimp My Ride, like cars were fucking. Doing that shit to your car was like cool.
Dude,
unfortunately.
My brother's best friend worked at the Barbecue King, Lincolnton, North Carolina, had neon under the car, and would always bring us leftover chicken tenders. So it was like I would see out the window like a spaceship was landing. I was like, the fucking tendies are here, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Fucking put the oven on. Get these puppies scorching.
Hit the preheat, will you? Funny.
Yeah, they made a run, dude. They for sure, those fucking Scions made a run. Or not the Scions, the Saturns made a run. Scions were fucking
Buddy, no.
There was two. It was like the XA and the XB. And I used to work at a Toyota.
Just seemed like a scam or something. There was something weird about them.
They came out of nowhere. It was a Toyota. So I worked at a Toyota dealership service center. It was like a huge service. They were like, we're the biggest one on the East Coast or whatever. So they would valet. They would pull their car. Like hundreds of cars were coming a day. So they would pull up. I would take it. Hey, what are you getting done today? Go talk to Johnny at the front desk. Like, we have your car or whatever. And Scions would come in, and this one that came in was stick, and I didn't really know how to drive stick, so I just told my buddy, I'm like, yo, that one's stick, you take it, I'll take, the Asian guy's minivan or whatever. And he took it and parked it and left it in neutral.
Oh, brutal.
And it had an automatic start on it, so I don't know, the technician or somebody, I don't know, they like locked the door, but he hit the automatic start and it fucking bucked. And since it was in neutral, like it started and jumped and I guess got over like the parking stopper in the front and went over that down this hill under a chain link fence, and it just fucking scraped each little twisty of the fence, scraped the whole hood, the windshield, the roof, the bed. Oh, dude. And it was all my fault because I couldn't drive stick and had to have my buddy do it. I was like, yo, you take this one. Ended up getting a fucking can, dude.
Hey, we'll have that for you by Friday, I think.
Yeah, kid came in for an oil change and got his fucking car totaled by some fucking valet who was high on
And
methamphetamine.
your buddy got fired?
Yeah.
Did you stick
Yeah,
up?
I mean, he didn't have the best track record leading up to that. He was definitely stealing quarters out of the cars, like we all did.
Did you?
Yeah, they had a snack bar at the place, and we get an employee discount. Steal a couple of. You would only do it if you know they
We got
wouldn't be.
Snickers for me and my friends.
You would only do it when we know they wouldn't know it was missing. If there was enough, you steal some quarters out of there. Get yourself $1 hot dog. Good night.
Oh, man.
They used to do that too. That was
Those
always.
hot dogs are probably there.
Oh man, they were so good. It was like a carnival.
I would never get my.
Where's the elephants at, huh?
Showing back up to work, your face is painted.
I got a giraffe on my cheek.
You got a giant teddy bear.
That was always big. That was always big with us when we would take the car through. My dad's would get his car washed like weekly or all the time, and he'd be like, "Oh, we'll stop," and we would always count the change in the cup holder.
Really?
And then we would take bets on how much was stolen.
You sick fucks. Would it be stolen?
Yeah, all the time. They grift you.
Well, sometimes they just hit it with the vacuum.
That's what they tell you. That's their plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
yeah.
you can just go in the vacuum and just get it later on.
Yeah, hey, go get my 19 cents. No, but we used to do that, and we'd be like, oh, I bet you that's not, or like whatever. It's like my dad didn't care. It was just like funny, like, oh yeah, the watch, they'll steal the change or whatever. And they always did. Fucking.
I was hoping.
And then I started working at valet, started doing the same thing.
Oh. I was hoping that was somehow leading to more hot dog stories.
So where do these dogs come in?
Because I was going to ask you, did you ever go to Home Depot with your dad, and either there's a lunch truck or some Home Depots, they sell like hot dogs and sandwiches and stuff like
Well,
that.
there's a lot. I think it's called Roscoe's Italian Grill, and they have them in New York
They're
and
connected.
in Philly. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
connected. It's the best fucking Italian sausage. It'll fucking blow your foreskin off, T-bone. It's just so good, dude. And I've gone to Home Depot just for the sausage.
Toby in a hoodie.
Dude,
Yeah.
the hot dogs at Home Depot, legendary.
Yeah.
Up there with the Costco hot dogs.
Fantastic.
I never had to. We're not a Costco family. I don't know. Never
I
go.
don't do that shit.
Not going but we were a big like roach coach. Like I grew up on like going to job sites all the time. So anytime that rolled up,
My dad
he
used
pops open the side of that. Oh,
My
man.
dad used to glorify a lunch truck. That's all he wanted to do was either open up a hot dog stand or fucking get a lunch truck.
Now I know where you get it.
Oh, man, when I was a kid, I was already hooked. As soon as those doors would open, I'd be over there. Two boiled hot dogs and a chocolate milk, please, sir.
Boiled hot dogs and a chocolate milk.
Yeah, I love hot dogs and chocolate milk.
Together?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a
My
tough
dad
combo.
used to take me to Abe's Hot Dogs, and we'd get fucking hot dogs and fucking chocolate milk. Hot dogs and
He
chocolate milk.
dunked the hot dogs in the milk like a competitive eater.
And you're a bite and sip kind of guy, so I know what that means.
It's good flavor. It's good stuff.
Hot dog.
Yeah, hot dog and chocolate milk. I'm fucked up, man.
This guy's bonkers.
And it was a hot dog with the works. With a little 9-year-old kid who
With,
had
like relish and shit.
Abe's Hot Dogs.
Relish and chocolate milk. Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
Abe's Hot Dogs.
Get me a Rolade.
Abe's Hot Dogs is onions, mustard, and chili sauce. To a 9-year-old kid, I had acid reflux back then
fuck
and
you?
didn't realize it. And I'd be fucking woofing them
I
down.
had it as a kid too.
Oh,
yeah.
and then just being like, "Ugh," and not realizing what was wrong with me.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
I remember one time, this like blew my mind to like breakfast foods or whatever. Like, you know, just like blurring the line of what to have when. I was working construction for my family, and I was driving with a construction worker in my car, like the shop truck or something. And we were going down 95. I was like, hey, pull off. It was like fucking 6 a.m. or what, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., something. It was early. I hadn't eaten breakfast yet. Had a Wawa coffee.
Was you got Nick's roast beef?
Yeah, something like that. He goes, oh, make a left. And we it wasn't Nick's roast beef. I forget. It's like Johnny Hots or something it's called. It's up.
It's down there, though. It's in one of,
it's up.
Nick's roast beef is in one of those areas where you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's down in South Philly. No, this one's up in like Fishtown. I don't know. It's the Northeast somewhere, and it's like under 95. And you pull in, it's like a hut. I got 2 hot Italian sausages like 8 a.m. and it was fucking glorious, dude. I had a fucking OJ and some fucking hot sausage. Good night.
By 11 though, you're.
Oh yeah, dude. I wasn't worth shit that day.
Oh man.
Fucking sleeping in the back.
Brutal. After lunch during when you work like a blue collar job was fucking brutal because I
Yeah.
could never control myself. I'd fucking woof down fucking like 3 hot dogs, take a nap for 20 minutes, listen to Mike and the Mad Dog, and all of a sudden fucking they're banging on the fucking window. Come on, let's go. Fucking working
Trudging back to work,
working
yeah.
the wet saw, just like ugh.
Yeah. We didn't. When I worked for, we never really took lunch breaks because of that. My dad's like, quit early. Well, quit early, but I'm not letting you go out to fucking,
No.
have a fucking Bud Heavy and chicken fingers or something. He's like, we'll just leave early.
It's not a good idea, and you're not going to believe this, but when I do work, if I do work on a set, I hardly ever eat that much for lunch because you come back and you're just fucking like,
Yeah, you're too
ugh.
groggy. It
Yeah.
ain't worth it. All right, let's get back to this. Number
Yeah.
7, which I don't get, the 91 through the 71 through 73 Ford Mustang.
No, I don't. Let me see a picture
It's like
of it.
got the big back on it.
Yeah, but it's because the 69 was so fucking fire.
No, okay, so
Ah.
those I don't know about, but in the 80s, they started making Mustangs for pussies. And something happened, because my buddy had one, and it was horrible. It was right before they made the comeback with the 5.0, which everybody loved in the early 90s. So this must have been late 80s where they made the really shitty Mustangs.
Yeah, I don't know. It says
That's a fastback,
I don't know.
right?
Well, they said they try to make it so like it came out in whatever 1964 as an instant hit.
The regular Mustang.
The Mustang was all you could ask for in a sports car. Looks to power to price, everything. Bulletproof 60s.
Big
killed
Mustang
it.
family. My dad had a 65, and then when I was a kid, he bought a 66.
So it says over the next couple of years, near the end of its first generation, Ford started to make the car fatter, slower to resemble more luxury. They got away from the roots. That's the fucking problem,
Yeah.
Daddy-o. Got to stay true to the roots. So it got heavier and just fucking,
I mean, the story
shittier.
of the American automotive industry is fucking one of peaks and valleys, and a lot of fucking fuck ups. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to think after World War II, we bombed both of our main competitions back to the Stone Age, the Japanese and the Germans, and they caught up to us in 30
like 15 years. Yeah, those dudes move quick.
No shit.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we were all driving around in a Maxima.
Dude, I remember when I learned that. I was like, yeah, fucking, and I'm like, it was, I was high school or what, and I was like, oh, yeah, well, we fucking really made our glory days when we fucking nuked everybody.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
think that was an accident? We had like 4 bases around the world before World War II. After World War II,
Yeah.
played 7-Elevens on every corner all over the joint. Fucking keep it moving.
Not fucking around.
To the victor go despoil.
This one's I'm not a car guy. I don't know sports cars. I don't know fast cars. 1979 Corvette.
Really? Cool guy like you? You don't know
L-
sports cars? I can't
L48.
believe that.
I don't know, but I mean, to me, you say a Corvette is a shitty car. I don't get it. I mean,
People say that because it was made of fiberglass. Wait, is the Corvette on there?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let me
The
see it.
79 Corvette. It looks like a fucking Stinger, too.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Who fucking wrote this list? Bunch of fucking dorks.
Toby made it.
Number 1 worst automobile is the Razor scooter, man. And then under that, it's fucking rollerblades, man. Fucking posers, dude.
A Huffy skateboard. That's bullshit. I mean,
The
I'm
car
sure.
only produced 195 horsepower. I guess they missed the fucking, missed the mark on it.
You know, it's a real good movie. It's a very dad movie, but it's really
Lay
good.
it on me, big man.
Ford versus Ferrari.
I haven't seen it yet.
I've watched it like
It
5
rules.
times.
I hear it's. I understand that it's great. I love both of them. I don't know. Just every time I see it, I'm about to click it. I'm like, I'm just not in the movie. I'm
Pull the trigger.
not in the mood for like, I gotta get this car done now.
No, Kippy, do yourself a
Really good.
I'm all about. I'm saying when I watch it, I'm gonna love it. I just want to be in the mood.
How great is it when Matt Damon takes the guy that owns Ford out for the test drive in the car?
Oh, my God.
And he starts crying. Oh, it's fucking great.
It's
If my daddy could see this today.
it has like miracle fucking Remember the Titans type energy where they just have that made in a lab for good times.
The Le Mans. Isn't Sebastian in that too? Am I crazy?
I don't know.
I feel like Maniscalco's in that. Doesn't he play Lee Iacocca?
I can't remember.
I believe he does. Somebody does.
The next one. This is. I mean,
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of John Burhill. That's what I'm thinking of. I apologize.
Sorry
Continue.
to the gentleman from Bluebell.
What did you say?
Sorry to the gentleman from Bluebell. All right, this number 5. This would have been number 1 in my books. These things they've always smelled like rotten eggs. I've never seen a nice one. The 1990 Chevy Lumina APV.
That's a real piece of shit minivan right there.
That thing stinkola. It looks like a bad spaceship.
That kid's dad was not getting sex on the reg.
No. Even if he even had the custody of the kids.
He played a lot of racquetball.
Yeah.
Homeschool kids with a lisp.
Dude, the front of that thing looks like a fucking half pipe. It's all one fucking. It's all one. It's one angle. That's it.
Fucking snow couldn't stick to it. Fucking slide right off.
The windshield goes right into the front of the hood.
No.
Damn.
Did you ever know anybody? You ever ride in a VW van?
The bus?
Yeah.
No.
Dude, I was in one once.
They look
Pulled
dope
over.
as shit.
Nah, dude, you're hanging over the face.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
See the squirrels on the
Yeah.
Fuck all that.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't even think you're in front of the wheels.
No, there's nothing protecting you.
Yeah. Fuck that. It's like being in the front of the megabus on the second floor.
Oh, man.
Dude, I took a peek over that thing one time. I said, "You."
She'd have to bring a can of Coke to get on that thing. That's a great adventure right there.
The VW bus is built like Foley's waistline. It's just tipping right toward the front.
Pretty good. I didn't think he was gonna get there.
I didn't know where he was
But
going.
I do love a Fat Foley joke, so I'm on board, T-Bone.
I gotta get 2 cushions. The seat's killing me.
All right, let's wind this down. Number 4, the 1982 Cadillac Cimarron. I've never seen it, but it looks just like an 80s fucking car.
That's a Cadillac?
What it says.
Let me see that. Turn that around.
It says 1982 Cadillac.
That looks like a Peugeot.
Cimarron.
You ever see those? A
Oh,
Peugeot?
man.
Take a hike.
Were they all important? I felt like every time I see a Peugeot, I feel like someone moved here from France. It was like, I'm bringing my car.
Yeah, what are you,
You know
the
what
fucking
I mean?
Pink Panther? Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
I don't think they bought them here. That was like, I'm going to pay somebody to ship this car.
Nah, I didn't like those at all. Peugeot. Who drives a Peugeot? Audis, too. I was always fucking skeptical somebody driving an Audi back in the day.
I don't know. Back in the day, I only knew them like 2000s when they came on my radar, and they were fucking, they were nice. That A4, that silver A4, that was fucking
They're great
class.
now, but back in the day, Audis and Peugeots was like, nah, what is this? A fucking spaghetti western? Get out of here with that. I don't know, something European, whatever. I didn't like it.
I gotcha. All right, relax, big man. There's not one here, okay?
Peugeot.
Yeah, apparently they tried to do like an economy car.
How do you fuck up a Cadillac?
They try to make it like a fucking Tercel or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if that ain't on the list, a fucking Toyota Tercel. There used to be this guy who used to ask to buy a Cigs. He was a bad looking dude. He looked like Vin Diesel, like when Vin Diesel came out. Big fucking. Remember those dudes when you were?
Wait, why would he ask you to buy him?
No, we
Cigs?
would ask him to buy Cigs.
Oh, okay.
Remember those dudes that when you were like 14, you're like, that's the biggest guy in the world. He might have not have, you know what I mean? But like, he was probably 18 or 19, and he just looked like a fucking animal.
Yeah, there was a kid that was in the neighborhood at Ambler. I think I told you about him. He was like he was ridiculously cut for like 17.
Yeah.
Like we were like 13 or 14.
And you're like, this dude could beat up anybody I know.
Everybody was petrified of
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
to the point he was like sexually harassing one of my friend's moms.
And
it
where you
went-
going, sugar tits?
It went on like he was calling the house. It went on for a long time before his dad was like able to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't just like
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't just like who the fuck, it was like this guy come over and knock you the fuck out. He used to be able to hang on a light pole sideways. Remember I told you.
Like there was a fucking twister.
The
You-
flagpole.
Yeah.
You can do that. I'm out.
Yeah, this
She
dude,
had it coming.
this dude used
Walking
to
away.
shout out to we would hang at this place called Village Shires. It would like and skate, and it was just like the shopping center everybody would hang at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this dude showed up. He would pull out. Nobody knew what school. I don't know where he graduated from, what school he went to, where he lived, who he lived with. He would pull up in a red Tercel hatchback, and this thing was like the paint was faded. You know what I mean? It was like where like you could see like the white and red a little bit. And he pulled up, dude. He would pull up we called him Vin Diesel, and we said it and he heard us one time. We're like, yo, there's Vin Diesel, or somebody's like, I saw Vin Diesel, and we were like, yo, shut the fuck up. He's like, fuck you say, pussy. He's like, fucking.
Really?
Oh, dude, we took off, fucking ran into the woods.
The guy had a rosary tattoo on around his
Dude,
fucking
it was literally like, dude, it was always in a wife beater. He had a pair of jeans, pair of Timbs on, unlaced, like. And the stories was he could just fuck people. Like, you were just like, I don't fuck with this dude.
I would imagine.
Who has
And-
the joke that's like unlaced Timbs are scary because you know that guy can't run?
I don't
He
know.
can't run away from the fight.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, he's just got to stick. He's just got to fucking weather the storm.
I don't know who it is, but it's probably a comic from Chicago. Because you're the best.
John O'Hagerty down there, Roseman.
Or Cypher Sounds.
Yeah, but dude, Tercel was a shit fucking car. All right, number 3, 1971 Chevy Vega.
Get out of here with this. Let me see.
Looks all right. I would. That looks all right.
Yeah, that's like on performance. Probably broke down a lot.
Yeah, maybe. Exterior couldn't keep its color. That's a bad sign. You can't keep paint on a car. How bad your car? The paint's trying to leave.
Came out, the yellow was 2 houses down. Car was blue. I don't know what's going
Keeps
on.
coming off on your hands. You're like, what the fuck? Don't lean on it. The paint will come off.
Oil paint? What's going on?
Which, by the way, my Chevy Lumina, I think I've talked about the Chevy Lumina paint. They fucked up the
yeah.
one year. They used galvanized steel, and the paint wouldn't stick to it. So the second it got a little hole or scratch on it, it would just come off, peel off in sheets to the point where I was spray painting it white like 3 times a week, looking like a real fucking asshole.
The
My-
car was red.
My driver was like fucking Mako every weekend. Yeah, dude. I was taping my back windshield and shit like a fucking asshole, all trying to get a girl to go to prom with me.
You got the suit on? Look like
Yeah, I'll put you next. I got a couple more, but I'll move them around.
$99 at Kippy's. It's trash.
Number 2.
Here
I
we
mean,
go.
this is fucking it. The 2001 Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
The pregnant roller skate, baby.
That thing stinks.
Holy shit. You know what PT stands for?
Pacific.
Pretty terrible.
Wait, hold on. PT Cruiser. Pacific Time.
Cruiser? What?
I don't know.
Toby, any guesses?
Wait.
I would guess Pacific Trail Cruiser.
Pacific, not Pacific.
Trail?
No, not Trail. You guys
Tom?
are way off. Plymouth Truck.
What?
PT Cruiser stands for
Yikes.
Plymouth Truck internally. Was launched in 2001 and eventually terminated in 2010. Had a hell of a run, though. 8 years. Dude, if
That
it was
was the
2010 and you're buying a new PT Cruiser,
That was
what the fuck is wrong with you?
That was the car, my generation's car, where most of us were getting out of college. Not that I was, but most of my families
Some of
and
us were
friends
re-rolling.
were getting out of college, so the parents didn't have that burden. They were doing okay in their jobs. They were close to retirement.
It was like a 50. If
They
you were
would-
in your 50s,
They would
that
buy
was your
one.
new car.
Yeah, they'd buy one to drive down to the shore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
It was like 1950s looking or something.
Trash.
I'll
Trying
never,
to
Retro
relive.
style.
Yeah.
I'll never forget Bam Margera going, and we were jumping into PT Loser, and I was like, "That's the funniest thing
Oh,
that
yeah,
has ever been said."
yeah. PT Loser's great. Do you
Get down.
remember?
My aunt had one, purple.
Your aunt? Somebody comment on this. It's aunt.
He's from the South. It's aunt.
Are you?
It's auntie.
Pecan or pecan?
Pecan pie, but all my relatives say pecan.
Okay.
Do you
Aunt,
remember?
There's a fucking U in it, dude. It's aunt.
Yeah, I understand, and I'm probably wrong, but it's my fucking. It's Aunt Tootie's. I mean, it ain't fucking
ain't
Aunt
Aunt
Tootie's.
Tootie's, yeah.
It ain't. It's fucking Tootie's. Okay.
When
Are we going over to Tootie's?
Aunt Tootie doesn't fuck the
when
mailman.
she
Aunt Tootie does.
Aunt Tootie will blow anybody.
when she hits the Powerball, it'll be Aunt Tootie.
Oh yeah, it could be Aunt Tootie.
Yeah.
When
She
she
hits the
goes on
Mega-
her Perillo tour to Italy, it's gonna be Aunt Tootie.
She hits the Mega Millions.
Do you remember the Plymouth Prowler?
Yeah, shitty too. Same thing.
That thing. My buddy's dad had
Oh
one.
yeah.
Fucking Goober.
Yeah. That's fucking Guido car right
He
there.
is. It was yeah. It was Anthony.
Yeah.
Shout out to
oh,
Ant.
Yeah. I knew
I don't want to say his last name, but Ant was a big Prowler guy.
Yeah, my
Are you
boy.
guys talking about Ontney?
Auntie? Big man's a little slow on that one.
Pretty good though. I had to put my vowels together. So I had Vanna White in there spinning the things. What's going on? The Prowler, that was supposed to be like an expensive car. There was something else too, like a Stingray or something. It wasn't a Stingray, but or a Spider. Was there a car called a Spider? Where it was supposed to be like an expensive
Eclipse,
car.
Eclipse
but it
came out
wasn't.
with the Spider.
Maybe.
My sister had the Eclipse. That was like the pure girl. My dad bought me a car. The
Yeah.
Eclipse.
Yeah, well,
It was green.
to put it nicely.
I used to drive that thing.
It's also for a hate to
Dude.
bring it to you.
I was literally Googling 5 minutes ago sunset car because I couldn't remember the name of the Eclipse.
Oh, sunset car.
A lot of strippers drove Eclipses, man. A lot.
Shout out to Rendezvous in the Northeast.
Look like a fucking Eclipse lot.
Dude, a lot of clips met their end to a fucking Rogue Zanny bar or two.
A Rogue Zanny bar in the fucking ashtray. The Prowler. My buddy Sam, his dad was a contractor. Okay, that was like his baby car. Not that dad drove, but it was like in the garage.
The Prowler wasn't a day-to-day
No.
car. If the Plymouth Prowler was your day-to-day car, you were a real fucking jerk off.
But Sam got to drive it to prom, and he went with my cousin or something like that. I somehow was like at his pre-prom thing, and I remember thinking like, look at this fucking Ginzo over here with this fucking. Get this fucking greaseball mobile.
You get grease on a headrest, you fucking slime ball. It is. It's such a fucking Guido mobile, dude. That thing stinks. Fucking guineas.
Hey, these fucking guineas are crazy about their ladies. Watch out, honey. No shit.
The Prowler. I remember I thought it was cool. He's like, yeah, my dad's got one. He showed me. I was like, oh my God.
Dude, the other day.
Because it was like a promotional tool. There was only like 8 of them in Philly, remember? Gary Barbera is busy the best boy, I guess. In the great Northeast. And I got to be honest with you. I've been in Northeast. That shit ain't that great.
Every Prowler has a Panda ZD in the bag.
Cook the sauce right in the carburetor. Dude, you know who had me crying the other day is our good buddy Tom Cassidy. We were talking about Cuomo, something he did, and he just said it like such a dirty Irish fucking Philly kid. He was like, fucking greaseball.
Greaseball. Yeah. All right, number 1, which I had forgotten about, but is a shitty car. The 2000 Pontiac Aztec. That bad boy.
That's what fucking Walter White drove. That was
Is
that was the fucking Breaking Bad mobile.
Yeah, well.
That thing is a piece of shit.
Yeah,
If you have that plastic paneling on the bottom,
The people thought that was cool. I think the Honda Element had that at one time.
doesn't it like pop into a tent or something
No,
like that?
that's the Element, I think.
Yeah, one of them has like a tent or something on it.
Yeah, I think that's the Element or something like that.
How about the Outback skating through that list?
Yeah, Outback's reliable.
It's not bad.
It's all-wheel drive. It does the fucking job.
Me and
surprising.
Cotton took one of those to Altoona one time. After Cotton had gotten in the accident,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
needed me to drove the Outback. Pretty nice.
Surprised the Avalanche didn't make an appearance.
Yeah,
The Avalanche was a dope car. The pickup truck, the
no.
pickup, yeah, that thing was dope, dude.
I still
don't-
saw people with those things with the fucking.
I don't care what, dude. That has Italian roofer on it. That thing, for sure, for sure. That has. I don't work in the field anymore, and I might have a different passive revenue streams.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, gang.
Thanks so much for
The
tuning in.
top 20 trashiest American cars ever made, right here on fucking Patreon. Are you garbage, Kippy? What do you got for him?
That's it, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are the fucking real deal. We appreciate all the support thus far. Let's keep it fucking cooking. We're going to keep cranking out hot content for you on the fucking
Yes, we
Patreon.
will. And gang, do not worry. The cards are going out. Do not worry. They will get there. We will get them to you. We love you guys. We appreciate all your support. T-Bone, thank you for everything. Kippy, I love you. See you later, folks.
See you guys.